Okay, so it is finally not windy and I can record. I couldn't record anything for a while there because the wind was just constant, probably 40 or 50 mile per hour, sustained with really fast gusts, super intense. So I will begin where I left off, which was, I think, in the middle of day 2. And I was a bit grumpy after day 1, but day 2 got a lot better and was actually really wonderful. And in the afternoon, I just really hit my stride, and my phone was playing all the right music, and I crossed this sort of valley pass and was walking along a ridge as the sun was going down. It was just absolutely gorgeous. So I had a really grumpy day 1, an absolutely brilliant day 2, and a super bad day 3. I think this is day 6 now, maybe day 5. So yeah, so the day after that was just not fun at all, and I was back to bemoaning my fate and being homesick. And that's about all I remember, which is probably a good thing. I remember the emotion from that day. Let's see if I can remember where I camped out. Okay, the first day I camped at a campsite next to a lake. The second day, I can't even remember. I'm not even going to try. So 2 nights ago, the fourth day I think was a little bit better because at the end of the 3rd day I got to stop at a post office and I got some of my warmer weather gear out of my pack, like my puffy jacket I didn't need, my down jacket, and my down pants I didn't need. I got rid of my gloves, my warm gloves. I got rid of my micro spikes. Being out here makes me wonder what the heck I was doing with micro spikes for ice and snow. So those are gone. A bunch of other odds and ends. I pushed them up to Warner Springs, which is at mile 109. Oh, I forgot to do the Stardate. Let's say it's Stardate 84.3. That's probably about right. Okay, so yeah, and I called home, talked to a couple of people, made me feel a little bit better, had a really big lunch, giant salad and barbecue sandwich, and headed out. And I made it to a campsite very late at night and passed about 20 other people who were camping out right on the top of the mountain, and it was windy, and I was just looking at them and I was like, you guys sure you want to be here all night? It's pretty windy. And sure enough, the next day, which was yesterday, there's lots of stories of people just giving up because it was so loud, or their tent blowing over, and they just ended up sleeping without their tent on the ground up on the mountain, which isn't so bad out here. Although there were lots of interesting looking spiders, and I wouldn't want to be without a bivvy or some protection from the giant spiders that make giant holes. I was wondering what these huge holes were everywhere, and apparently they're the spiders. And yesterday I tried to do 20 miles because one of the water sources out here was reported as having failed. A thru hiker apparently discovered that it had failed and jumped in an Uber and went back 10 miles to get water at a water source he knew worked. His trail name should probably be Uber now. But I'm not really sure the water source was dry because the pumps out here are a little complicated. Some of them you've got to pull a lever and twist a dial, and then the water comes out in a different location about 20 yards away. And my guess is this person, didn't read the instructions in the water report, or didn't have the water report, and just went to the cistern where the water, comes out, and just concluded that it was dry. But since it was a mile walk off trail, nobody wanted to rediscover that it was true. So we all packed 4 liters of water to cover about 25, 27 miles. And I've got about 7 or 8 miles to go and 2 liters left in my bag. So at least at the moment, it seems like I'm good on 1 liter for every 10 miles while I'm hiking. And then if I'm going to camp overnight, I need an extra liter. So 20-ish miles, 25-ish miles, 3 liters seems to be what I need, and 4 if I want to play it safe or clean up, like wash my hands off at the end of the day, that kind of thing. Meeting some interesting people. One father and son team. Jonathan is the dad, and Adrian is the boy. He's 14 years old, the boy. And their characters. I think probably Jonathan is pushing a little bit too hard, and Adrian has some pretty bad foot pain as a result, but is getting back at his father by tossing and turning all night, and so Jonathan can't sleep. But they're both athletic, and they look like pretty hardy people from Washington State. So I think they're probably good, and we're sort of keeping pace. They'll hike really fast and then get burnt out, and I'll sort of slowly stroll past them with my umbrella, and then they'll come racing back and pass me, and we'll go back and forth like that during the day. There's another couple really cool from Switzerland, and I don't remember their names offhand. They don't have trail names yet, but the woman in the couple does like a morning warm-up routine that she invites everybody to join. So this morning was really beautiful. It's like as the sun was coming up in this little valley, desert valley, she had about 8 of us doing sort of like yoga-like warm-up poses and routines. It was really nice, sort of communal situation going on. And what else? Yeah, umbrella didn't work much yesterday because of the wind, but today it's okay. I realized that I may have made a mistake with a piece of gear, which is my tarp and bivy. My bivvy's fine, it's great, but my tarp is much, much too light for the winds out here, and I tried to set it up last night, and it was just like a joke, like it would have been a comedy routine. There was absolutely no way. I could barely hold on to it if I just had my hands on it. So I'm thinking I have 2 options. I can either just sleep in my bivvy every night with no protection from the rain, and it doesn't really rain much out here, so that might be okay. But if it does rain, I'm in big, big trouble. I'll have to maybe take out my tarp and just like create a sort of ball out of it with me in the center, and hope the rain doesn't take a long time to finish. And the other option is to send home for a tent. So Byron would end up mailing it out here, and that'd probably take a few days, and I just have to hope in the meantime that it didn't rain. So I don't know which one of those options I'm gonna go with just yet. I was feeling pretty discouraged last night, and like I wanted my tent, but I got the best night's sleep I've had so far last night, and whenever I woke up, I just looked up at the stars and then the moon, and it was really beautiful. What else to report? I've got a little blister on my left foot, and I didn't get a blister the entire trip on the AT, so things are different out here. And I've also maybe got one developing between my toes and my right foot, and I don't know what to do with blisters because I've never got them before. I don't know if I should lance them with a needle, which I have, or if that will potentially, get infected, or if I should just let them pop. I don't know if I should keep walking on them or take a break. Like, is walking on them good? Because then they'll pop on their own and a cast will build up. I don't really know. So anyway, I think in general, my spirits are up a bit. I think I still am somewhat skeptical that I will make it all the way to Canada. Because this is a very different mental state than I'm in than I was in when I started the AT. Let's see, any other things? I saw a little snake, lots and lots of lizards, and that's where I'm going to end it. Peace out.